Guys, we have toys. New toys. Before we start this episode, we just wanted to show you.
Yes.
Because hopefully by the next episode, we'll have it built already.
Yes.
We won't tell you what it is.
Yes.
It's a lot. It also looks like it's a lot of different things, but it's actually one big thing. So
yeah.
Yes. Don't mind the boxes back there.
Yeah. But it's so cool. It was a gift. It was a blessing, and so grateful. I can't wait.
Anyway, welcome. Episode 2.
Episode 2, baby.
Now it's real.
Yeah,
You know
now
what I'm
it's
saying?
real.
Like now it's. I was thinking about this the other day. Like now we're in too deep now.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
It's like when the trip makes it out the group chat.
Yeah. That's it.
Like the podcast idea made it out the group chat.
We had talked about it. We had prayed about it, and then we recorded, and then we launched it, and it's like no going back.
Yes. So if you're here, thank you so much for clicking on it. And if you watched episode 1, thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
If this is the first time you watched us or are watching us, there's episode 1.
Yes.
We talk a little bit about ourselves and our stories and why we're even doing this. And so, this is episode 2.
That's so good.
And I don't know if you want to say anything before we start talking, but
Yeah.
there's some things we want to talk about.
Yeah.
Mainly one thing, but yeah.
You know, I want to say that like 7 days after dropping the first episode, you know, I just said this earlier. We've been praying about it. We've been we believe that this is something we're supposed to do, and so 7 days after launching the first episode, we just saw God do some miracles, like accelerated stuff, like things we weren't expecting. One of them is we did get an investor for 2615.
We did. We got an investor. So wait for that merch.
Yes.
It's gonna come. We gotta like design and work on
final
mass
details,
producing and all that. So God is good.
Yeah, and then the other, and this one we can talk about a little bit more later. But I think what's cool is the heart and the desire of wanting to see what we've been learning, doing, reach people. Something that's on our heart is pastors and leaders. And then there's a potential retreat later this year where we'll be able to apply and bring some of that.
Crazy.
It's wild. In 7 days, the things God did. In 7 days, and then this, it's it's just it's such a blessing.
Things are moving fast.
God's so good. God's so faithful.
So bear with us.
Yes.
We're brand new to this. We don't really know what we're doing. If you could see what is
going on right here,
should we show a picture?
Yes, I'll take a picture.
Of just this setup.
Yeah.
We tried to put like a monitor here, but we connected it and it's not really working right now. So we're gonna figure it out for the next one. But we want to just show you what this looks like.
That's so funny.
We're in the garage.
Yeah.
It's our home gym.
It's the home gym.
It's a garage, and so. This is just funny visual.
There's no AC yet in here,
so we got a fan shooting right at us. And we're making it work.
That's right.
So bear with us.
And then the camera overheated twice.
The camera overheated
during episode 1. So
I chat GPT'd that, and hopefully in Jesus' name this does not happen now. I fixed some settings and now it's plugged in and all that. So I'll pray for the camera. But you guys are still getting to know us a little bit, so we wanted to tell the story. We talked about our testimonies and a little bit about our fitness journeys in episode 1. We want to talk about now how we met, like how that even happened. And I was thinking about this the other day. It's not even next month. At the end of next month, it'll be 2 years of us knowing each other.
That's right.
We haven't even known each other for 2 years.
That's crazy.
And it feels like we've known each other forever.
Yeah, it does.
Which is wild.
It does.
We just want to tell both sides of the story to how we met each other, but it was almost 2 years ago now that I was in school. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. I was about to graduate college, and I was kind of trying to figure out what to do. I didn't really know where I was gonna go or what my life was gonna look like after school, and so I started just looking and praying, and I had some friends of mine back home in Miami, which I don't think I said this, but I was born and raised in South Florida, and I didn't leave South Florida until I was 22, which is when I left to Arizona to finish school, and I was in Arizona for 2 years, and now at this point I'm about to graduate, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do, and so I'm looking, and I remember that I have some friends that work for this Christian organization in South Florida. It's called One Hope. That they they're involved in a lot of different things in the ministry, and they needed specifically in South Florida someone to intern for their studio department, for their film department. And so that sounded great. Yeah. And it was a summer internship. It would be a 3-month internship, and it looked amazing because everything was right with it. Like it was going to be paid. It was in South Florida, so I would be at home. Like I have my car and my friends, and I know everyone. I know the city. Like. It was just kind of perfect. And so I applied and I got accepted. So I started interviewing for them. And maybe like a week after I get that acceptance from One Hope, that organization back home, I get a text from my mom. And my mom tells me, hey, there's some family friends of ours from a long time ago. You probably don't remember them. You probably do. But they just want to reach out to you and they want to offer you something. And I was like, oh, wow, yeah. I was like, yeah, go ahead, give him my number. And so some time passed, and this guy, he called me. It's just a very, very nice couple that my parents were very close with a long time ago when they had just started the church and I was way younger. And his name is Victor Jaramillo. Victor, if you're watching this, dude, I love you so much, man. You and your wife are amazing.
You guys are awesome.
I'm so grateful for you guys. And anyway, he called me. And he, at this time, and still to this day, he's on staff at Lakewood.
Yeah, that's right.
Where he wanted to call me and tell me about an internship at Lakewood, an internship opportunity, an internship for the Spanish leadership program. Yeah. And my mom had mentioned it to me before, but I don't know why. I just kind of was like, nah, Mom, I don't know why. I don't really wanna. But for some reason, it was different when he called me. And he told me everything that he was praying about, that he's been feeling on his heart with his wife. And so, that phone call happened, and I just felt it really strongly to apply. And so I applied. And but it was kind of funny because at that time, the applications for that program had closed already. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wait, hold on. So what's happening? And so he put me in contact with Pastor Abner, which Pastor Abner, I love you if you're watching this. He's the head of that internship. And so I talked to him, and we kind of like, essentially he reopened the applications just so that I can go in and apply. That's wild. And then closed it again. And so it was God just kind of like moving things like that through people that were so obedient, and I'm so grateful to everyone that was involved in that process. But so I start interviewing for now both of these opportunities, the one back home in Florida and now Lakewood. And so I'm kind of torn. I don't really know because on the other side, the situation if I would choose to intern for Lakewood is totally different. Like there's really no income. Like you don't get paid to intern at Lakewood. You actually have to pay a fee. You kind of have to figure out where to stay and how to get around and all that. If I were to come to Houston. So there really is nothing. You kind of have to figure everything out. And back home, everything was set up. It was like perfect, and I was going to get paid, and I knew everything. And so I started interviewing for both of them, and I get to the third interview for both of them. And I interview with One Hope, and I remember the guy tells me, he's like, yeah, man, we're going to let you know it's between you and some other guy. Just wait, and we're going to let you know. And so I hang up that call, and I think the next day I have the third interview with Pastor Abner now for Lakewood, and it gets to the end of the interview, and I ask him, I'm like, Pastor, by chance do you know or when I'll know if I'm able to go? For some reason I was leaning toward Houston. I don't know why. It made no sense, but I was leaning toward Houston. And he's like, oh, dude, what do you mean? You've been accepted already. I was like,
were
what?
You going to tell me?
He's like, yeah, man, I accepted you in the second interview. I was like, that would have been nice to know. He's like, oh, my bad. Like, this is just a background check. I was like, oh, wow.
That's wild.
And, dude, that was like confirmation for me. I can't explain it to you. Like, for me, it was easy to just hang up that phone call and email One Hope. Be like, give it to the other guy. I'm going to Houston. And so anyway, that was like 2 months before I had to actually fly to Houston. So I had some time to kind of figure things out. But I call Victor now and tell him, hey, I got accepted. Like, and so he's like, cool, we're going to start helping you out to look for somewhere to stay and figure things out. And so 2 months pass, and nothing. I hear nothing. But for some reason, I'm like so peaceful about it. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna live. How I'm gonna get around. You know, and figure things out. And you know, I'd have to find a job and all that. And so, anyway, 2 weeks before, Victor calls me and he's like, "Hey, we asked around and there's some options. 2 of them are really far away. They're like out in the woodlands and far from church.
So from like Houston, that's like 45
if you're in Houston, that's far from downtown,
from the downtown area,
from where the church
45
is,
minutes to an hour,
where I would be interning at, and so it would be kind of hectic to get to church every day. But he's like, yeah, but they're willing to have you stay at their house, and so they're good options. And he's like, yeah, but there's this third option. We found this guy. His name is Joe. His name is Joe Gonzalez. And I was like, in my head, I was like, who is this Joe? Who is this Joe guy?
That's hilarious.
Nah, and he's like, nah, he's the head of marketing where you'll be interning, and so he lives right by church. He just got a house, and I was like, oh, what? That sounds amazing. But then something in my head was like, living with the boss? I don't know. That's like, I don't know what I was picturing. I wasn't picturing this.
That's like,
but you know, anyway,
so
I just tell him, wow, it's the best option. So I was like, tell him, thank you so much. Like, I would love to. And so that phone call was 2 weeks before my flight here. And so now I finally had somewhere to stay, where I was going to go and stuff. And so I land here in Houston, and I remember that day. I know you remember it, but I land, I get picked up, I go straight to church, and I go to meet Joe's office, and he walks out of his office and he's limping on one leg. And he's limping. And I'm like, that's the first time we ever dapped each other up. We were just meeting right there for the first time. He's got a Croc on that foot that he's limping on, and a shoe on the other one. And anyway, we go get lunch, and I find out that morning, well, you should probably tell that story. He had an accident.
That's right.
That morning he had an accident.
That was rough.
And yeah, after that lunch, the rest is history. And just so much happened, and you know, so many good things. But
that's so crazy.
Yeah, that's my side. You should tell your side.
Well, you know, it's crazy because so much of it happens in a certain way, and like you never know, and it's unexpected. You know, when you talk about like the two options, and sometimes it's so hard to decide when both options feel like God options, right? Like they're both like, oh, I'm still doing something good, you know, they're both ministry. And it's like, you know, it's praying and seeking for that peace and guidance, because those are the hardest decisions. If you're deciding between like, I don't know, something that's like completely separate from God, you're like, okay,
like what to eat, chicken or steak at Chipotle. You know,
what's the option? What's your Chipotle order?
It depends on the mood, man. My Chipotle order.
And first of all, we need to preface that with like Chipotle is like your.
Oh yeah.
Speak a little bit about Chipotle.
If you know me, man.
Chipotle, if you're hearing this, sponsor,
please.
I'm just kidding.
Please. I, you know, if you were looking at my spending, the amount of times you'll see Chipotle on there, is unheard of. But. I love Chipotle. They've been there for the hardest of times, you know, in my life. They've been there in the best of times to sell it. It's just always there, and it's good. But my order fluctuates, man. It depends on the mood.
What's it
Sometimes
right now?
I'm feeling like it's also seasonal.
Yeah, I was gonna say
seasonal.
there is.
My favorite one is carne asada. That's my favorite one, and it's not permanent, so it kind of sucks. But
do you know when in the year that usually drops? Is it like every spring it drops?
I don't, and I should know that.
Yeah, you should know that.
I consider myself a fan, but am I really? I should know that.
Are you?
But my Chipotle order, it's basic white rice, black beans, you know. Where I fluctuate is the meat. Sometimes I'll do steak. Sometimes I'll do chicken and steak. Sometimes I'll do steak and carnitas. Sometimes I'll do barbacoa and steak. Or barbacoa and carnita. It's really all over the place, but you know. Man, we could talk about food forever, especially Chipotle. I love Chipotle, but
that's so funny.
How did we get to Chipotle?
We were just talking about your Chipotle order.
Oh no, because you were talking about decisions.
Yes.
Like when it's a God decision, it's hard. But when it's like, you know.
Oh, and then you said like chicken and steak.
Chicken and steak.
That's right. That's good. That's good.
Anyway.
Well, okay. So I think what's awesome about the whole thing is I remember that year at the beginning of the year, I just knew it was time for me to get a house. And so at church, we have vision walls all over the building, right? And so I went up to the wall, and that was something I was believing for. I believe that God had put that in my heart. Like, it was time.
Yeah.
And it was scary. It was the unknown. But I reached out to my realtor, Elier. Shout out, Elier. He's awesome.
Love you, Elier.
Yes. And he's helped out so many of my friends.
Elier.
Elier. Yeah.
Look at us.
And
We're Hispanics,
look
bro.
at us. Yeah.
We're Hispanics.
Elier. But Elier. But he helped me out. And I knew I wanted it by a certain time. And I mean, it was just the way God showed out. Like, that's just a story in itself. Like, providing, I know I was saving for a long time. You know, my parents are immigrants, or were immigrants, you know, and like getting a house is a dream, you know, being able to own your own place. And so getting this house was a dream. I feel like so much of what I'm going to say is just dreams coming true. This home gym dream. Do you know what I mean? There's things that God's placed in our hearts, us doing this dream, you know? But so getting the house, and it was, I knew I wanted just to set up, thinking about the future, thinking about like, this will probably be the first home me and my wife are in, you know, when I get married, things like that, you know, just thinking about that, wanting to think about, you know, this house has a yard. No other house in the neighborhood really has a yard like this one, you know? And so there were special things like that stood out, but I did get a whole house all to myself. And it was kind of scary, kind of sad. And so when I first move in, like, you know, I'm figuring stuff out. I don't have furniture, so I have to get furniture.
That's even scarier.
Yeah. I don't have pots and pans. You know, I actually don't have pots and pans a little into you moving in until you finally like asked me like, so.
I remember, I was here when we got your first ever pots and pans.
We did like an unboxing.
We did an unboxing.
That's funny. But I didn't even have things like that, you know? I didn't have a dining table. I didn't have chairs, and so much of that I had to figure out along the way. And actually, I had to figure out, I'm skipping a little bit ahead and I need to go back. But like, I did a little bit of that because you were here. And I was like, I should probably make this more homey. But I move in. It's a dream. The way that God, just all the details surrounding.
Hold on, what's the timeline? When did you move in?
I moved in, so I closed my lease in April.
In April.
Yeah.
And I got here end of June.
You got here end of June.
So you know the time wise.
So now I don't move in till May.
Okay.
Because during that, I'm still figuring out how I'm going to move things. Around that time, I go and I help out a friend in New York. And I'm there for like a few weeks. And then I come back. And when I come back, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to move. So I move things in, and I think I'm gonna do it slowly, but I move it really fast. And like, so I move in like at the beginning of May. So I'm here for a few months before you move in. But I get a call from Pastor Abner, and he's like, hey, so there's an intern coming. And the thing is, when you were interviewing, I would have been in the interview, but I didn't get to for some reason. So I didn't get.
Joe didn't want to interview me.
No, that was it.
He's supposed to interview me. So the first one's with Pastor Abner, and then it's supposed to be the department head, but he didn't want to.
No,
I interviewed with Inmer.
That's funny.
Inmer, if you're watching this, I love you, man.
Inmer. Shout out.
I learned so much from that guy.
No, I love Inmer. But so I don't get to interview, so I don't meet you, but Pastor Abner is telling me a little bit about you, and he shows me this picture, and like, it's a little rough.
I remember taking that picture. It was in my college apartment. I just posted up right in front of the window, and I took a selfie.
That's so funny.
And do you have it?
I do have it.
Dude, we should probably show that.
Okay, we can show that picture.
It's scary.
Yeah.
That's all you knew about me.
That's all I knew. That's the only reference I had. It's and that you were from Florida. That's all he kind of said. I don't remember him saying much more. And
did I look like I just woke up?
You look like you just woke up. And remember, you had the longer hair.
Oh yeah, I had the long hair. Yeah.
Like
we'll show that.
We'll show that. You've always said like you felt like you looked a little like.
I looked homeless.
Yeah.
We'll also show pictures.
I wanted you to say it.
I had some dark days.
Those were interesting.
I didn't want to find a barber. I also didn't have a car, so it was hard to get around. But anyway.
But it was cool. You styled it. You figured out a solution.
Tried to make it work.
But so that was my point of reference to you, right? So I'm thinking about. I say yes immediately, right? I'm like, yeah, for sure. Now I'm a yes guy, right? Like, and that's good and bad, but I've also seen like it is important, especially when God puts something on your heart, to say yes. One yes at a time, because one yes at a time leads you to the next thing God's trying to do, you know? And we've said this the last episode, but it's how we ended up with even us doing this, because we said yes at the beginning to doing content. We said yes to starting the home gym. We said yes to starting the clothing brand, 2615. We said yes to, you know, so, and now after saying yes to that, the investors, like we just said earlier, came in, the retreat thing, you know, things like that. So one yes at a time is the things God does with our yeses is incredible. And so I said yes, but I think it's like a week before you move in, I realize I don't know anything about this guy, like anything about this guy. And he's about to move into my house. I don't know if...
In a week.
I don't know if he's like... If he's
weirdo.
weird, if he's messy, if he's gonna be rude, like I don't know anything, and I love
valid. They're valid questions,
and I love keeping, and I love keeping my space pretty clean, right? And so I was concerned about that, and then I have nieces and nephews, and they love coming over, and I was like, I don't know how that's gonna be with a stranger, you know, and so I call him, and I'm 2 weeks after you would have moved in, I was going to leave on a trip to Florida. And so I told them, I don't think I can do this. I need to back out.
So 2 weeks after I move in, you were leaving. So
I was
going
leaving.
to be here by myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to be here by yourself. So I told them, you have 2 weeks to find a new place for him, please, because I'm going to leave, and I don't know if I can leave him alone with the house. Like, I don't know him like that, you know? And I was concerned. I was. But I had prayed about it, and I just kept praying about it. God, just give me peace. Let me know if this is the move. I talked to a few friends. I talked to my family, just trying to, you know, ask for wisdom and guidance. And so fast forward, you get here. It's the day you're supposed to arrive. I'll tell that story. And I'm at the gym with Jay. And I drop. We're working
early
out.
in the morning.
Early in the morning. It's like we probably met up at like 5:30, maybe 6, to work out. I remember we're unloading the leg press.
Oh.
And I drop a 45-pound plate on my toe and fracture it in 2 spots. I don't know that information yet. All I know is I dropped the weight.
And it hurts really
And it
bad.
hurts bad. Like, I don't want to be dramatic. I don't want to react to it. It drops on my toe, and I act like nothing happens. I remember Jay looking at me. He's like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine." You know, I don't want any attention. I don't want anyone around the gym to look in my direction. And I lift up the plate. I put it back up, and I'm limping a little bit, but I'm like, I'm gonna keep working out. So then we're gonna do calves, okay? And
right
that's
on the toe.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to endure this. So I'm like, I'm up. I should be working out, and I am in a lot of pain. So I start walking out, and then I'm like, but I'm at the gym. Let me just stay. Let me do something. So then I head to the sauna, and I sit in the sauna, and it's like, you know, all my attention goes to the pain I'm feeling on my toe. It's just pulsing, and I'm like, I can't stay. I leave, and I'm like, I am about to meet Fernando for the first time. I can't be MIA. I have to be at work. You know, this is all the things I'm processing.
So he doesn't go to the hospital.
So I don't go to urgent care. I don't go to the hospital. I don't do anything.
His
I'm like, I have to
carries
go
on
to the office.
like normal.
I have meetings. I'm limping, but I do. I put my Crocs on, my black Crocs, because I'm like, and that's how I'm gonna survive through the day. That's how I'm gonna make it. Because I'm not gonna put socks. I don't want to put closed-toe shoes. Like, the Crocs are loose enough for me to like make it. So I head to work, and I go to my office. I take meetings. I'm taking my Croc off, but no one can see my feet, right? Like, I'm just doing these things to try to make it through the day. And Victor brings you to my office. And so that is when I walk from behind my desk and I head towards you, and I'm limping. And I meet you, and now, you know, he's going to go get a few things. Y'all leave to get a few things. And during that time, I take advantage in the afternoon to finally go to urgent care. I go to no, I skipped. Sorry. I don't go to urgent care until after we go to lunch.
Yeah, we go to lunch first.
So I'm like, well, let me, and then that's why I'm not trying to go to urgent care, because I'm like, I need to meet this guy. I need to vibe check. I need to have a conversation. I haven't heard your voice. I haven't seen any of that. So we do. We go to lunch. We go to El Tiempo, and because you tell me you love Mexican food. And I'm like, oh, you love Mexican food.
And I'm in Houston now. So
yeah, so you're in Houston. So it's like, let's go. So we go to El Tiempo. And right there, I remember we're sitting down. I still remember the table where we're at. I take off my Croc. Like, my toes just out. Like, and I don't do that. Like, that, I don't do that. I have socks or shoes or something on, right? But my toes are out. And I remember asking you, just tell me your testimony. And we talk. And immediately, I remember this, like, I just felt peace. And it was God telling me, he's going to stay with you. Immediately, I just knew. And immediately, I was like, I just knew. But it was like, oh, man, he's going to be family. I just knew it. Early on, I was telling you, dude, you're like a brother to me. Early on, like, I remember early on into you already moving in, but I immediately knew, and I texted Pastor Abner, and I was like, forget what I said. He's staying. He's supposed to stay, and I love that, because I still remember that sense of peace. And like, one thing that I do always is just I follow peace. Like, I follow the peace of God in my life and where he's leading me, what he's asking me to do, and what he's telling me to do. And that was one of those moments. And it's awesome now. My nephews love you. Like, they call you Fernando, and I'm sure that'll change, but I don't want it to change.
They're going to be like 24 years old.
They're
still
not
calling me Fernando.
No, it's the cutest thing.
It's so cute, though.
And
yeah.
I don't want it to change, but it will change. That's just the thing. It'll change, because I remember I had a friend's kid who used to call me Poe, and they stopped calling me Poe and they started calling me Joe, and I was like, no, I want to be Poe. I don't want to be Joe. And so I'm like, I'm holding on to that as much as I can, but they absolutely love you. I was telling you a story where my nephew Levi, he was kind of like challenging me, like, he said John Cena. He was like, John Cena's stronger than you. I was like, buddy, John Cena is not stronger than me. I was like, I'm stronger than John Cena. I'm like, I'm stronger than everybody. And he's like, no, you're not. He's like, you're not stronger than Jesus. And I was like,
you're like, whoa, hold on.
Oh, yeah, no, I was like, you got it.
You got me
there.
You
got me there. Like, I'm not stronger than Jesus. But I'm like, but I'm stronger than everybody else. And then he's like, and he just starts trying to figure out people, right? And celebrities. He's thinking celebrities. But then he's like, and I'm like, no, buddy, I'm stronger than all of them. And then he's like, you're not stronger than Fernando. And I was like, what? I was like, I am stronger than Fernando. He's like, no, but Fernando taught you. He's helped you. And I'm like, yeah, he's helped me, but I'm stronger than Fernando. And it's just they love you. All that to say, like,
Levi, that's why don't tell anyone, but you're my favorite.
I love Levi.
I love you, Levi.
And Leo, Laney, Nolan, like it's the Ware clan.
Yeah.
And I love him so much, but and they love you, and they get super excited. They call me. Well, here's what's funny. If they see me, they're like, "Where's Fernando?"
Oh, same with me.
And then when they see you first,
where's Joe?
Where the heck? I just love them so much.
It's so funny.
But yeah, and so now it's like, it's been, you moving in here. It was such a blessing, and again, the timing of that. It was awesome. I was here alone for a little bit, and then you moving in, there's so much more we can go into, like all the things that God did along the way with like healing, restoration, like the discipline, the everything from us putting, our routines, the morning routine, things that we, things like that, the meals that we started learning, because again, even that was a progression, like us working out. We weren't able to work out until like almost like a month and a half to 2 months after we met because of the toe. Like we couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't but And then after that, we locked in, and it was like we were at the gym every day.
Yeah, every single day. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so much, and like I think that's why we needed to do this, because there's just so much that's happened in like less than 2 years. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
and
God's
we're
good.
excited to share everything.
Yeah,
like about healing that we've been able to be tools in each other's lives for. Crazy. That episode's going to be wild. I can't wait for that one.
No, for sure.
But I just wanted to say, kind of like because for both of us, in one way or another, it was very risky.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just for anyone watching this, if you're like at a point in your life where you're trying to decide something and you just don't really know what to do or where to go, or what's next, if maybe you don't have options, which I think is harder. I had options, so I was but still didn't really know what to do. And I feel like I've seen this now in my short life. I haven't made many hard decisions like that, but as they come, I've been realizing that sometimes, like, I'm gonna pray always for guidance on what to do. I'm always gonna ask God for wisdom, and God, I want to do what you want to do for my life. Like, I want your will to be done in me, through me. So I'm always gonna pray for that. But I also understand that I'm never, he's not gonna shine a light on the answer.
Sometimes you're asking for like signs, and you're looking for like a cloud in the sky shining down,
or like an angel to appear himself and be like, choose this one.
Yeah.
Like that would be amazing. But that's just not how it works. And so, and I think God teaches us a lot about faith through that. But I'm also realizing now that there are some things that you can probably use as filters. I think for sometimes to be like, well, this feels more like what God would want me to do.
Yeah, for sure.
In the sense of like, this situation, in my case, it was to go back home or to come to Houston. Florida, for me, going back home was kind of like a safe, comfortable option. Coming to Houston was very sacrificial. Like, it was very risky. There's nothing there. And ultimately, me coming to Houston would force me to trust God more. And I'm realizing now that maybe the decisions that we need to make, or maybe the right answer, is always lean towards the one that's going to force you to sacrifice more, or that'll probably force you to trust God more. Because I don't think God wants us in any way to kind of like need him less.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I feel like if I went to Florida, I would have needed him less.
Yeah.
Or like I would have had nothing much to pray for. Everything would have been provided for me.
For sure.
And so I'm realizing that now. Like, sometimes, which decision or what next course of action in my life will force me to
trust him, lean on him,
be more selfless,
that's
like,
good. Yeah.
Be kinder, like be in different environments where I'm not normally challenged, but maybe this decision being here is going to force me to do something I've never done before, in a good way, or it's going to teach me things, like I've never lived in, like, I've had roommates before, but never like in a home, in a house where we have the responsibility of taking care of the house. There's a lot we got to do here, and like figure things out, and a routine and schedules and stuff. And, if I would have gone home, there's just things I wouldn't have needed to do. But when you make certain decisions with intention, I feel like you are putting yourself in the position to grow and to learn. And sometimes that's hard because it's a sacrifice. Like, you have to give up comfort, give up being like, I have an income, I got a steady income, I'm chilling, I got a car, I know the city, I know people, I don't really got to do new things, but, and ultimately I found out that once you make that leap, because it took a leap, it took a decision eventually to deny the other one. No turning back now. I'm going to go to Houston no matter what and kind of figure it out. And it wasn't until I got here that, things started lining up, and it didn't make it easy, but I met you, and I got to meet so many great people at Lakewood and learn so much. And I didn't know that's what was going to happen. And, in before deciding to come here. And so, I don't know. I just feel like I wanted to share that. Like, sometimes, good. Choose the harder one, because or choose the one that's going to challenge you more, choose the one that's going to force you to trust God more. I feel like that's where God can, it's where you force God to show up,
that's it. That's where he can like do miracles. That's where he can like, I don't know, that he shows out. He shows his faithfulness. You know, it's another thing that I've learned is like, you always want to do something. Someone told me this, and it's like 3 G's. God's got to be in it. Whatever it is, for me, it's like, this has been like, for the rest of my life, this is how I'm gonna look at things. God's got to be in it. I should be able to grow, and I should be able to give. And so those 3 things.
That's good.
It's like,
say it again.
God's got to be in it. So God's got to be in it. I got to be able to grow, and I got to be able to give.
You got to be able to give.
Yeah. And so, and that comes in so many different ways, right? It's not so black and white. It's like growing. Sometimes we think growth looks a certain way, but the way God does the growing, helps us grow or develop, it's sometimes we don't even realize the things that we need, but that he helps us grow. I wanted to say something funny because I thought about this. I had all those concerns about like, oh man, I don't know this guy. I don't know how he's going to be around my family. I don't know if he's going to be messy. I don't know if he's going to be like, all these concerns. And
I'm cleaner than he is.
Wait, no, let me say. Let me say.
Is that where you were going?
That's where I was going.
Sorry.
Chill, bro.
Sorry.
No, what I was going to say is like, But I did raise all those concerns to God. I was like, God, I am concerned about these things. And again, you're great with kids. Like my nephews love you. So, and then you are clean. Like I really appreciate that you've taken care of this house like it was yours too. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just you were here just for a program. And so you had to, it's like you cared about this place, and that means a lot, and obviously also like you weren't a weirdo, so that was great. There was some, you were normal, but like even just, like the God aspect, so, to so many people doing a program, like you could have been, or the program could have just been like something you were doing just because someone brought you here and, sponsored the program. And then you're like, well, I'm just doing it just to do that. But you went above and beyond, and like you really went after it, your dedication, and it's like, so it's awesome. Yeah. I'm so grateful. Great job. Great job.
Thank you.
You're not a weirdo.
Thank you for letting me into this home, this beautiful home. But yeah, I'm always cleaning. Always.
You are.
He knows that. I'm always wiping down counters.
Yeah. And I mean, the house is clean.
Dishes. Yeah.
So it's not like
I have some serious OCD.
But it's like, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm grateful because I'm the same to a degree. I am. I'm moving on.
On to the next one. Well, we have 3 minutes, but
no.
We just wanted to share that story for this episode. There's so much more we want to talk about.
Yeah.
I've learned so much from him, just in like creative. And so I want you to tell your story on like, the places you got to work and the things you got to do. And
we do have to talk about that.
Yeah. And then I got to learn so much from just creative people at Lakewood, just so talented and gifted and smart, and a lot of cool stuff, for ministry, but also outside of ministry. And, now with dreams and projects that we got to come up with, that wouldn't have happened if,
for sure.
We decided different things.
Yeah. And it's the yeses again.
The yeses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like,
yes.
And the things that God can do with that. Yeah. It's incredible. And it's the surrendering. It's asking him. I mean, it's something that we do every day. We pray this every day, because that's something, in the mornings we'll wake up, we'll work out. Obviously we can talk about the routine and that stuff more in detail in another episode, but like we'll do our Devo time and pray, and like, non-negotiables. These are the kind of things that have to happen, and just grateful that we've established these routines in our lives, because our hopes is like we carry that into our marriages with our wives and our kids, and like, and into the future, and just super expectant and grateful.
Amen, brother. Amen. All right. Thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
Episode 2. We're in deep now, bro.
Yeah, we are. Let's go. Let's go.
We're committing.
Wait.
That was bad. We'll work on it.
We'll work on that. Wait. There's this one. All right. There.
Yes.
Yes.
We love you guys.
Yes.
We'll show you guys a picture of this. This is just
yes, the setup.
But yeah.
Behind the scenes.
So what is it like? Comment.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Comment, like, subscribe.
Is that it?
Yeah. And that's on YouTube. And then like whenever you see the stuff on follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, It's just been a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun creating and dreaming up stuff.
Stay tuned for that merch too.
Yes.
We're gonna start working on it and design stuff.
Yeah. Well, we have like 20 designs. Now we just have to own in on like what is gonna be our first
get them
drop.
made and printed. And,
we have dreams all the way up to 2027 that we've thought about, lines and ideas.
Yes.
So.
See us around. Just throw out some ideas.
Yeah.
We're gonna start working on all that too.
Yes.
And hopefully by the next episode you'll see it built.
This is awesome. You have no idea. This is awesome.
So
What a dream. What a dream.
The Gains don't know what's coming.
Let's go.
All right, guys. We love you.
All right. Love you.
Peace.
See ya.